All right, all right. So, said I would process some more of this for you. Got our heat sinks off in our aluminum. And IC chips and flat packs. All of these things with the hidden potential for gold. Gold fingers, gold pins. So, we have the manual option right here. I'll show you on this. That is just pulling it off like that. And that was easy because this was big enough to get a pair of pliers on. Now, we'll go in and we'll see what we have on an option like this. Might be able to get my pliers on and wiggle them off, but then they start to fall apart and they start to crush. It's not gonna work. Get here and it's not gonna work. So, I learned this trick online. It isn't my idea, but let's see how she does. Look at that. Popped them right off. And you can see the connections on the end and our gold pins inside. Let's see if I can just break this apart. A lot of guys use air tools for this, but I'm a big fan of lithium ion. So, get you something for a little bit of contrast. Let that gold pop out. Why don't we get a fresh zoom in on this, a good fresh look. And you'll see the gold tips. Now, that may be a silver plate over the copper. I don't know, but there'll be copper underneath them. So you can see what we're going for there. And you could process them with the plastic. There's ways to put them in something to incinerate them. You just want to be careful that when you're incinerating, we don't want to just burn things to Atmos. So you need an appropriate furnace, forge, crucible, something that burns it clean enough that you don't get nasty toxic chemicals. So we're going to take this and put it in our gold to be done later thing. We're going to just finish clearing this off. Doing this into a bucket is a big help so you don't launch it. Now we did the big ones. Now we have little pins and they might just pop off just as easy with a pair of pliers. Well, plastic pulled off on some and left the other pins intact. Same problem there. Put this piece of red back down so we can continue to see it. Now I'm going to take my side cuts and come in here and just snip. And one thing, granted, remember, these are not dollars a pin. They're barely cents a pin. It's about volume. But ideally, the less you launch everywhere, the better. So now we're going to take our same hammer drill. And you see just how easy they're coming off. Now let's go for the processor. And you can see one little tap pulled that right off. Now again, this is going to need to be incinerated because you can see the one gold lead coming in. And on the bottom, you're going to see a lot of copper. So the wires we want, those gold bond wires, are going to be under here. Maybe I can get you a sneak peek with the cutters there. You can also, there's hammer mills, ball mills you put these in after the incineration to help break it apart. Get close, and on that you'll see just a hair of those gold fingers right in there. So when you get a whole bunch of this stuff ready, then you're going to process it. I'm going to take this bucket. Actually, I'm going to take this into it's a little bit cleaner. Then I'm going to step around out front and show you just how quickly we can rabbit these out. Set this right here. Put our bin in to prevent flying. Flip it over. Whole board pretty much cleaned. I missed a section. Let me swing around and just... And then we'll grab these couple off the back. Now, you'll see it's pretty much cleaned. We have all our gold bits and our aluminum bits in here, so one thing, you could try and gloss over these so you don't get them because they're just aluminum and paper. You can see I skipped my LEDs there. So, you would then just mail this board in like this. It would still have value, way less, because now it's not even a low-grade board, but it is, but it's not. So depending on what kind of board you have, it still carries value. Like a RAM chip, you can sell in total RAM, RAM with the gold fingers cut off, RAM with the gold fingers cut off, and the chips off. So I'm going to do a video on RAM separate, but you can see just how I came through and ripped all this off. You can see this board in a lot of places is going to be copper, but there's a hammer drill assembly, and we'll go on to the next video.